Sometimes our emotions can get very, very overwhelming. Take a pause and remember that you matter.
So you sent me several things, but this is one of them. It's a deck of cards, like a normal deck of cards. Pero ang title niya, How Am I Feeling? And it says, Emotion Cards that Promote Empathy and Emotional Intelligence. I wanted to talk about 3 particular emotions or feelings that you have on these cards. And I guess for all us adults who were not taught how to regulate our emotions, we'll talk about these 3. Discouraged, frustrated, and overwhelmed. I guess let's start with discouraged. A lot of us have been feeling discouraged. So how do we describe that and how do we process that?
If you go to the internet, madami tayong tips and marami tayong resources on what to do and what not to do. For example, even as specific as word discouraged. You know, when you feel discouraged, you might be feeling a lot of things as well. Yung sinulat ko nga dyan, you might feel demoralized sa work or sa school, you feel disheartened, you feel crushed. In order for you daw to be emotionally intelligent, first, you need to be self-aware. Even as a parent, you cannot give what you do not have. You know, you cannot tell your child to be like this, but you are not. Okay? So, ganun din, for anyone wants to grow in their emotional intelligence, is you need first self-awareness. Kaya yung question, what made you feel discouraged? So, it's all about you. So, pangalawa, it's all about self-regulation. No, if you are able to know yourself, parang ganun, you are able to at least know, paano ko ba mapapakalma yung sarili ko? Ito na-feel ko, ano na yung next? So, what do you usually do when you feel discouraged? You know, it's good for us to talk with our kids na, okay, na-feel mo yan. So, ano yung usually mong ginagawa? Then you guys can have a
That's
conversation about
self-regulation nga.
yes. And then the third one, actually, it's all about empathy. How can you encourage someone who is discouraged? So most of the cards, parang ganun yung pattern. Para it helps us to not just think about others. Minsan kasi we are so into others eh. O, dapat ganito ka, others, you know, you need to do this when this person see you. But it's also important na ikaw muna. Then what do you do? How does your body feel? What is your next? Then only after that, pwede kang tumulong or nararamdaman mo or naiintindihan mo yung iba. Then you could empathize. Only when you have the prior one, which is self-awareness and self-regulation on your own.
That does make so much sense.
Yeah.
You have another card. Today, I'm feeling frustrated. What can you tell us about when we're feeling
Yeah.
frustrated?
Madalas yung anak kong 7 years old, doon ko na pa-process or napapractice tong mga to. Parang if they are feeling frustrated, for example, hirap siya sa math, sasabihin niya, my homework is so difficult right now, da 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 da. So I would ask her like, okay, what made you feel that? Tapos sasabihin niya yung teacher niya o kaya yung mga klase niya, whatever. First, you need to listen to their frustration. You know, if there's one thing that would make you want your child to feel, the word that I use will be witnessed. Ma-witness mo yung frustration na dapat ma-feel niya na di mo lang mabilis, alam mo yun, oh, ano ka sa math? Okay lang yan, anak, you just study hard. Next time, okay? Done ka na. No, you really need to go there. Pag wala pa silang word, you sound so frustrated. You feel discouraged kasi hindi mo magawa to or nahihirapan ka. Okay. O rin siguro if I would be on that, then maybe, you know what, when I was a child, I feel so difficult in my maths too. Oh my gosh. Alam mo yun, then you're supposed to be same level sa kanila. If they are feeling so down and you're like upbeat, okay lang yan anak. So you also go down. That's empathy. That's how you show like, oh, must be so hard on you. Then get some of the times in your life na frustrated ka din. Diba na, you know what, I'm also frustrated in that maths. Siyempre, nakuha niya yung brain ko, diba? I'm not good in math.
No,
Obviously,
same.
but
I
didn't
have
say
told
that.
my daughter that the same thing. You know what? In math also, when mommy was a student, hirap din. Ganyan na
Ako
ganyan
din.
din.
Parehas tayo. So yun, it's like taking time. Kasi most of us, parents, busy tayo eh. Yung kalaban talaga natin time. Pero if we know that this is so helpful, we need to be intentional. This is a priority. Na you really need to sit down with them when they feel frustrated or they show a sign of frustration. You talk about it. You know, and you know what? Sometimes we might not remove that frustration from them, but they will change the mood because they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel like, oh, I'm human, I'm like just mom, it's normal to be frustrated, you know, rather than tulungan natin sila bigyan ng solution. Ayan, sabi ko sa'yo, mag-practice ka na mag-practice eh, blah, 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 blah. Then, next time, they won't open up to you anymore if they feel frustrated in other things. love life next time when they're teens. Things like that. So it's like small things that builds up. I guess even sa mga adult relationship natin, it's the same.
That's such an important reminder na to sit with it first kasi hindi natin pwede balewalain lang. This is so important to talk about is because wala tayo nito when we were growing up, right? And now that we have it, we can all be better for ourselves and for the next generation, kumbaga. Last card that I wanted to share with you, Teacher Jackie, ito talaga, box office hit ang Today I am feeling overwhelmed. So many
Yes.
people who message me use this word, feeling overwhelmed.
I really like this, not in a sense that I love this feeling, but I think parang tong card na to expresses so much on how we feel sometimes, lalo na yung pressured tsaka sa stress. As an adult, we use it, I'm so stressed today, I have so much things, I'm so overwhelmed, but our kids, again, if we'll go back to our kids, they won't use this. They won't use that, Mom, I'm so overwhelmed today. No, they will go back. Minsan tantrums pa yan. As an adult, we can also ask ourselves, if you are overwhelmed, parang you lash out. If I'm overwhelmed or if I'm so stressed and pressured at work, yung unang nakakakuha ng aking mood is yung pamilya ko.
Maikli
Diba?
pasensya natin kapag overwhelmed.
Totoo. So I think parang it's layering din. I need a quiet time. Okay, I'm overwhelmed. This is what I'm gonna do. Self-awareness. So you need to be aware. Hindi ka pwedeng, I'm so overwhelmed today, don't talk to me. Then you go on your Netflix or go on your music and that's it. If you want to be an intentional parent, you need to be an intentional individual. You want to promote emotional intelligence to your kid, you need to be emotionally intelligent yourself first. Overwhelmed ka, okay, what is it that you're overwhelmed? Sometimes to me, it's prayer. That's how I tell God, I'm so God, yung other people, they do meditation. Other people, they do journaling. In my church, we do this quiet time. We call it quiet time, we read the Bible or we write prayers. Whatever you believe in, you can do that as your own. Then after that, if you feel like you need to talk to somebody, then go ahead, reach out to someone and you can tell them. Sometimes I will tell my husband how I feel only after I did it myself, kasi minsan we also expect other people to fix us without you doing the work first.
Wow, that's such an important line that you just said now. You doing the work first. I mean, that's
Yes.
something now we weren't really taught growing up. Na you have to process your emotions, you have to do the work. But now we're realizing na you do have to do the work. And I think ibabalik natin dun sa word na overwhelmed kapag ginawa natin yun every day. Like whatever that looks like for us. To you pray and rant, quote-unquote rant to God. Quiet time, journaling, meditation, running, etc. Hindi tayo abot dun sa point na overwhelmed tayo if we do that work regularly.
Yes.
Parang maintenance.
Yeah, because in the end of the day, parang we still live in a world that would overwhelm us, that would put pressure and stress on us. And hindi natin mabubura yun, diba? The only thing we can do is how do we regulate that?
Yeah.
You can listen to the full conversation with Teacher Jackie on how to deal when you're feeling discouraged, frustrated, or overwhelmed on Paano Ba To the podcast exclusively on Spotify. Follow Paano Ba To on Instagram or you can join our private Facebook group.